And for more on the Jets game and who we expect to see out there in terms of health, joined now by Dr. Paul Fadale of University Orthopedics. Thanks for joining us on this Patriots wrap. All right, a laundry list of Patriot guys who are dinged up, including Marcus Cannon, offensive lineman. He hurt his toe last night and left the game, but it's considered not serious according to a report out there. You're a big, bruising 300-pound lineman. What does a toe mean for you?
So that's what everybody says. Are you kidding me? 300 pounds and your toe hurts? Well, actually, you got to get the 300 pounds moving in the right direction. Right. And what I hope he didn't do is injure his plantar plate bad. That's the turf toe, we all understand.
That's serious.
And so these guys grip, and out goes 300 pounds to pull as a guard or hit as a tackle. Can't get off your mark. You can't move at all. So if in fact that's what he did, that's actually a pretty serious injury. Fractures, they can work around. It's these soft tissue injuries that'll slow an offensive lineman down.
All right, Jabaal Sheard also on the defensive line now. He has an ankle injury, so obviously that prevents him from using a whole lot of mobility. Again, considered not too serious. So when you hear not serious ankle, what do you think? Just a sprain, or what are we?
So the average fan says, are you kidding me? I sprain my ankle all the time and I get right back in. What a lot of the football players do is they have these ankle sprains called high ankle sprain, and they come in different grades. That's a completely different animal. That's where the injury goes right up the leg itself, and that's strong enough to knock an NFL player down for a few weeks. A generic ankle sprain, you and I in the backyard, we twist it in, not likely at all. That's going to keep these guys out of the game. So he may have sustained what's called a high ankle sprain, hopefully at a low enough level that after a few weeks on the injured list, will come back out again.
All right, Dante Hightower, linebacker, one of the Patriots' very best players, was out Sunday with a rib injury. So he's tackling a whole lot of guys and obviously sustaining some pressure to his rib injury. What is a timetable for a rib?
So ribs can either be you broke the rib or around the soft tissue in the rib. And I can tell you that as this gets closer to Super Bowl time, this is when sometimes medicines or injections are done to just block or shut the pain down altogether. We're not there. And so that's going to be a few weeks to let that rest because there is no way to protect it. The athletic trainers and the staff cannot put padding around it enough to protect the athlete. So every hit goes through your rib cage. So that's another one that can take a few weeks unless it's playoff time.
Right. Now you've been on the sideline with teams throughout your career. Last night we see Julian Edelman's finger get mangled on that touchdown catch. He went out and continued to play. Is it one of those things where you just tape it to the other finger and go out there, and do we see any lasting, lingering effects for Edelman?
It's incredible how common that injury really is. These athletes in football are knocking their fingers out all the time. You see the trainers go out, you can't really see what's going on. The athletic trainers are superb. Bing, bang, bang, and that knuckle is put back in. They splint it or buddy tape it, so it's like a little internal cast. But you can imagine a ball being thrown by Tom Brady. That probably is not so easy to keep a good grip on. So you can get back in the game, but you may not be functioning quite at the level you were, and that's something you might not want to numb up because they need to have their tactile sense intact.
Now, one of the big surprises for the Patriots this year, running back Dion Lewis, he has an abdomen injury. He's obviously getting tackled in that area a lot. Didn't play as much last night as he had in previous games. Is this a big deal?
Again, these soft tissue sprains and strains, he's little twisting, turning, gets hit. How do you protect him from that? How do you pad around it? It's really pulling through abdominal musculature and core. And so you're hoping with enough rest and time, a week or so for these guys, maybe 2 weeks at the most, he'll be able to come back. But they can't really pad that. This is not a paddable injury where a lot of these other things you can tape or pad and keep the athlete moving.
All right, and last question. Nate Solder, left tackle, out for the year with a bicep. When it first happened, we in the media didn't think it was serious because he spoke to the media afterwards. Typically, the Patriots don't allow their injured players. So what happens after the game is over in the next 24 hours, or all of a sudden it's Nate Solder, bicep, out for the season?
That can be a difficult diagnosis to make. And so if that's at his elbow, because the biceps goes all the way down, sometimes it's kind of unimpressive. And you're thinking, well, how bad can it be? You do a physical exam. He's a huge guy, very strong. And maybe it's not so bad. I'm sure they got an MRI pretty quickly and all of a sudden find out if it's off the bone, that's not going to heal the way it is. Wow, everything now changes. This gentleman needs surgery, put it back down, season's gone. It's going to take months for that to heal. He'll come back at 100%, but probably not this year.
Right. All right, Dr. Paul Fadale giving us the insight on all the Patriot injuries. Thank you so much. And as long as we don't bring up Tom Brady's name or Rob Gronkowski's, we'll keep having you in good spirits. Much more from the Patriots wrap after this.